Howdy y'all, and welcome to Lax Lives. I'm Lacander, and this is Lac Plays Minecraft. Alright, so at the end of last episode, I was cutting down some trees. And so in this episode, we're going to put them to use. Now my plan is, I'm not really sure what I want to do with the roof. I know I put some planks up here. I don't really like the wood on wood look that this is gonna give. My plan was to use the wood. Maybe I'll put, I don't know. Should I do a log roof? Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll get up there and do just a log roof. The idea is this is kind of a not run down but very rustic area, and there's a, not that you care, but there's a mouse in my window who has been running around for the last hour. It's outside. Oh, that's not going to work. I don't want it that close to the wall. Let me take this back out. We'll move the... Oh, I fell off. I have one of those window boxes because I am downstairs, and I don't know why I'm kind of whispering. You can't hear me. Or maybe you can, but it doesn't matter. And so there's this mouse, and he's just running around and running around, sniffing at the window, sniffing at the air conditioner. He's kind of making me laugh. Anyways, so the idea is this is a rustic area. And I guess I should have done this on this side. Really? I can't believe that's all. Oh, because I use it to get up here. I was like, where did all that... Oh, come on. I need the dirt, and they both fall down on me. I was like, why having all that dirt? But I used it to pillar up to get on top of the roof. So I'm going to put it over here, and then see what this looks like. See if I like this for a roof. It might be what I'm looking for. It might not be what I'm looking for. I never know. I think I want it to stick off just one end here. Yeah, I like that, I think. And we can use this to... Of course, I'm going to have to go chop down a bajillion trees. A bajillion. What was I looking at? I was reading a news article. And they said gajillion. Oh, speaking of news article, that's what I want to talk about in today's episode. So I'm reading the news because I get my news through the internet. I don't like... I'm trying to record here, and you're noisy. I get my... Alright. Let me sleep, and then I'll go kill this idiot. Several idiots, apparently. You guys know it's daytime, right? And I'm trying to do stuff here. You too. Yeah? I'll take your arrows. Look, you can die in a fire. Let's watch you die in a fire. Oh, he's gonna get too close. Let's watch you die by my sword. That's a pretty good game back in the day, die by the sword. Now I want to talk about die by the sword. There was this game, years ago. I think they've made other games called Die by the Sword since then, but I remember we had this game called Die by the Sword that gave you complete control over your weapon, and so moving your mouse moved your arm, and so you had to how wide is this thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 1, 2. If I do, yeah, all right. How much? I'm just gonna use logs here. Come down when we get back to the other side. And but so you had complete control over your character's arm. I guess not your weapon, his arm. And so to swing your sword, you had to keep his arm positioned in the right way, and then swing your mouse really fast, which was surprisingly difficult to do. I never did get very far in the game. Mostly for, I jokingly say I have gaming ADD. So if, ooh, did you see me about walking the fire? I jokingly refer or say that I have gaming ADD, which you could probably tell from my commentary because I can't stay on a single topic for more than 3 seconds apparently. Because I was talking about the news and now I'm talking about Die by the Sword. But anyways, so you know, after giving the game a few tries and having it be difficult and then getting my hands on a different new game, I stopped playing it and switched to something else. I never did make it back to it, which is a shame because it was kind of cool. Okay, so back to the news. So I get my news from the internet. I hate news anchors. I just cannot stand the things they say. Not given the news. I don't have a big problem with what they put on the news. Well, I do, but I hate when you're watching a news thing and then you're a news story and your anchor interjects their opinions or talks about something and they have no idea what they're talking about, but they think they know because they're the news anchor, and so they know everything, and they're so dumb, and I don't know, it just irritates me when they talk. And so I like my news to come from internet web pages where the news is written out. Although sometimes I get irritated by that, and so that's what I'm going to talk about. So on CNN, which is where I get my news, which I know isn't the best source for news, but they email it to me every morning, and I can just check the major headlines and call it good for the day, because I really don't care that much about what's going on. And I saw the name of an article, caught my eye, and it said, nearly half of all gamers are female. I was like, okay, that's not really news to me. Oh, man. Having been playing video games for years... Oh, I thought I just wasted an arrow. Having played video games for... That was dumb. That's not going to help me at all. Let's try this again. I need to be on this side. There we go. That was some tricky jumping there. It's my... Oh, and then I just fall off. I was going to say that was my mad parkour skills. But having played video games for years, especially MMOs where they keep track of these kinds of things, it isn't nearly half. Nearly half of all video games are purchased by females. like 46%, the article said. So that's nearly half are purchased. But the actual ratio of female gamers to male gamers is lower than that. About 31-ish% of gamers are female. Uh, so yeah, that's not half. And um, so I'm like, okay, well that's a stupid title for your article then. And but I've come to expect um, editorial pieces like this to be full of shoddy work. And so I continue reading the article, and I'm not expecting a whole lot from it, but it's interesting to see what they talk about, and it's about gaming, and I like to read about gaming because they get it wrong every time. And the farther I get into this article, the angrier I'm getting. Not only were their statistics bad, but their knowledge of video games in general was terrible, and they were making these broad generalizations about gaming, and I'm like, reading this stuff. Alright, so somehow I only recorded 12 minutes of my video from last time, which means I've got about 18 minutes or so I need to make up. I was right in the middle of a huge rant on that article, and now it's been a few days, so we'll have to see if I can even remember all the points that made me angry. I'm sure I can remember a bunch of them. But first, I want to give you a little tour of what I finished. I'm not exactly sure what all got done at the end of that video, so let's start with the wall. Now, I did basically finish my wall, and so you can see I did the little notched top all the way across. I tried to make it a little uneven, because this is just Trapper Town thrown up with whatever they can get their hands on. I need to get a sign out here that says Trapper Town on it. I finished building the outside of the general store here, which also needs a sign. And well, maybe not general store. This is a trading post. And a general store will be found in town. This is just a little, this is just a dock side where they bring all their stuff they've got in the forest, like furs and meat and rare herbs and spices. So I need to finish the flooring in here, and then put in some item frames. I'm gonna hang up like tools and stuff on the wall that people would purchase. And oh, I lit the fire pit. I don't know if you guys even got to see me light the fire pit. Put some logs around it here. I think that turned out pretty nice. And then we've got the bunkhouse. I finished that off. Got a roof on it. I used logs for the roof. And then I've got the beds here stuck to the walls. It's a little hard to make a bunk bed in Minecraft since you can only build with blocks, basically. It just looks too bulky to me to actually attach them together, I think. I mean, it would be nice to do, but I don't know. I couldn't really figure out a way to do it. I really wish you could. The fire is really loud. I really wish you could put slabs on their sides. If you could put slabs on their sides instead of flat, that would make a big difference. It'd still be thicker than I'd prefer. You can build a pretty nice bunk bed in modded Minecraft, but it's not so good here. So I just decided they're hooked to the wall, and each bed got a chest. This is actually where I've been sleeping, is here in the bunkhouse while I'm out here building. I put some hitching posts out here to hook your animals to. Put the gates on. This is my gate. Since horses are too wide to go through a single a single gate, I want to make it so you could just ride through into town. So I put up the double doors here, so you could just get right in. Man, I just got out of bed too, so this is my voice is probably pretty low and scratchy at the moment. It takes me a while to wake up. My first thing to do today was to edit the video and get it ready for uploading. Whoa. And it is only half done, so yeah. Oh, I do know something that happened at the end of last video. So I had finished off the gate here, and it was nighttime. And I came out, and actually, you know what? Let's run back to my house. I was just thinking I want to, whoops, sorry donkey, I didn't mean to jump on you. I want to get some potatoes cooking, because I'm getting low here. So we'll ride back to town, and then or back to the farm, so I can harvest some potatoes real quick. So yeah, I came out of town. Oh, I shouldn't have left the doors open either. That was dumb. I came out of town and was working on the outside of the town there, and zombie horde just came out of nowhere attacking me. It was almost daytime though, so I was standing my ground fighting them, and I was getting pretty angry at the mobs at this point because they just wouldn't stop being irritating when I was filming, and I kept having creeper explosions because, you know, I can go whole days without even seeing a creeper, but as soon as I try to build something, creepers by the dozens. It's like that video, the video I did, what, a couple weeks ago or a week ago, where I came back to town just to grab some building materials, and I opened the gate, go in and get off my donkey and turn, and there's a creeper standing right against the fence that explodes, blows a hole in the fence and releases all my animals. Well, it was kind of like that. So I get over to oh, none of my potatoes are ready to go. One of these days I am going to, oh, here's some just popped up for me. Thank you, potatoes. One of these days I'm going to get out here, and I want to do a automated harvesting thing. I've seen a few ways to do it, and I think I've got maybe a semi-cool plan. I don't know. We'll have to see. But so you can see, this is only partially true. Oh, I didn't change this. Let's change this right now. Number of deaths, 5. You know, I need to make 2 signs for those so I can stop pulling these down every time and just have the is it dark out? Wasn't it just light out? So yeah, I came out, was at the gates of the city fighting the zombies, and I was running out of food, and it was bad, and you know, instead of potatoes, maybe I should just run out and make some bread real quick. Let me do that. I do the carrots, but I don't like the carrots for some reason. Oop, not my baked potatoes. Take the raw potatoes. Although, you know, 8 baked potatoes is probably going to last me long enough. That's plenty. But let me just grab a row of wheat here. I'm just trying to think of what I want to do today, because I hadn't planned on recording anything today. I was just going to edit. So I know I want to do up that I want to do up the general store or the trading post there, but I haven't really given any thought to what I want the inside to look like. Although I could probably get the floors in at least today while I'm talking here. I hate being unprepared like this. I mean, not that I'm, you know, MacGyver or Batman or something with my preparations, but, or, you know, whoever else is highly prepared. Let me go. I'm gonna need some leather, actually, for the item frames, and it looks like I'm gonna need a new sword pretty quick. So let's go on a cow killing spree here. Can't tell if I got all those cows or not. Whoa, I did not want to get on my horse. I need you to come with me. I need you to come with me. I have no idea where that cow went to. Is there any cows in here? Since everything got out, I do have some issues where I was down a few cows. So, alright. I need your leather. I should have looked. I probably have leather already. That cow bounced off my horse. So, the article I was reading that I was just working myself up into in the first part of the video there. Will you stop it? Alright. Let me go check my stocks here. I'm going to turn this wheat into bread, and then we're going to head back to Trapper Town, and I'm going to work on the floors. But so the article, like I was saying, it's about video games, or it's about how oh, I've only got 11 now. I guess that'll have to do. I did get 11 meat, though. That'll be handy. It said it was about how half of all video gamers are women, and oh yeah, I need to make a sword, and how but then, you know, it said, well, 31% of gamers are women, and I'm like, okay, well, that's not half. And it's about the same percentage. I used to play MMOs a lot, and I haven't played one in a while, although there's one that I'm hoping to get into soon. That's right, I'm talking about you, Elder Scrolls Online. Send me my beta key already. And, so, that's funny. I only killed a couple of cows, and all the cows have gone into hiding? Is that what happened here? Am I down that low on cows? Wow. I have got to breed up some cows. Don't let me kill any more cows until I get some more bread up, because this is really low for me. Alright, that meat can stay here and cook. I've made some swords. I'm gonna jump down here and see if I can't enchant this sword. I know I've only got 8 levels, but 8 levels might give me like some sharpness on here, which makes it do more damage. Let me do a fresh one, though. Can I get an 8? That's a 4. A 5. An 8. And I got, ooh, sharpness 2. Very nice. Very nice. So, usually when the media talks about video games, they have no idea what they're talking about. And I was really surprised because this was on the tech section of, you know, of a major news organization. So I realized that tech does not necessarily include games, but your nerd is probably more likely to have played a game than your average news anchor, I would imagine, or at least understand the gaming community a little better. And so it said 46% of video games purchased by women. I'm like, all right, yep, that's pretty standard. Girls buying games for themselves. Girls buy it. Well, girls. When I say girls, I mean females. Sorry. Um, Women buying games for their friends, their spouses, their boyfriends, their kids, themselves. I'm actually kind of surprised the number isn't a little higher. Uh, and then uh, and then they go on to say that, well, 31% of gamers are women. I'm like, okay, well, 31% is a little closer to what I'm familiar with as the number being. So the reason I said the MMO thing is that MMOs keep track of this stuff, and so every once in a while we get this survey uh, that oh, you can see one of my buddies jumped on. He's talking to me about our modded FTB. He wants me to help him out here. If you have my recording for tomorrow, was missing recording now. And so the MMOs, they keep track of this stuff so that they know what to put in their game. MMOs, if you're not familiar with MMO, massively multiplayer online game, he says, all right, vanishes. Oh, I should have turned those into slabs when I was in there because are out there because I've got my crafting bench out there. I don't know why I brought full planks. I need to hurry because I'm almost out of time and I haven't even started my rant about this article. Alright, concentrate on the article. MMOs, they massively multiplayer online games. I play MMORPGs, like WoW is a really famous one. It's not the one I played, but I've played a few over the years, and they all usually keep track. And because of the sheer size of the game, they have massive varied content. So some content is maybe a little more on the creative side, and other content is more on the you know, fighting side. There's huge stories. There's everything. Everything you can think of that's in an RPG game, like Skyrim or Oblivion, is in an MMO just on a grander scale. I'm not saying a better quality. I'm just saying there's usually more of it because the worlds are larger. There's most of the things in the game are people. You know, so it's not like there's NPCs running around everywhere. There are NPCs running around everywhere, but most of the people you run into in the game are people. And so, yeah, we're gonna have to continue this in the next video now. I apologize. I really had the whole article wrapped up in the last video, but anyway, so I read their percent, and 31% of all gamers, and I'm like, all right, so 31% of all gamers are women, sure. The games that I played that kept track of those things had it at about 36% for their game, so that sounds about right to me. Now, as I read along in the article, though, they have no credible sources. It's like, we asked this woman on the street about video games, and that's the factual basis for our article. One woman who we talked to, and we called it good for sources. And the whole article was just terrible after that point. Well, I mean, the title was a misnomer because I don't even know if misnomer is the proper term for that, but was an outright lie. I mean, it was not nearly half. 31% is not nearly half. We'll pick this bed this time. And, but it went on to say things that were just infuriating to me. Like, I honestly got the angriest over, I think, over the way they said that games were now going to become less brutish because more women were playing video games. Because apparently men are only capable of playing brutish video games. Even though the statistics on the number of women in an MMO have not changed pretty much since I started playing. I think it was, I hate when I do that. I'm pretty sure like the first time I played a game, it was about 27%. The first MMO I played was about 27% women. And it slowly grew over about 15 years to 36%. So, I mean, it was a slight increase, but I don't know. It just, I don't know. We'll talk about it next time, though. We've reached the end of our time for this episode. I apologize once again for having it chopped in the middle and not being prepared. I don't know what happened. I went to edit today, and when I ran the program I used to strip the audio out, it only had 9 minutes of audio. I'm like, that's not right. And or 12 minutes of audio, I guess. Alright then, click like, I guess, if you liked this video. Subscribe to be sure and catch the next one. And I will talk to you about this infuriating article later.